The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check three.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. He's got his tight end Fant. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Watch Mike. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. He's checking. Crash.
Protein spill.
52, Mike, 52.
You gonna get this boy? Who did you want?
On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Clock now to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Dalvin Cook. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kyle Van Noy in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Ready, set, 61. Matchbox lights.
3 buck.
Hey, box truck. Yeah.
52 right here. 52.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. And he'll be brought down at at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down. After one, a 14-3 ball game. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And this time, Rosen will throw. Pressure comes, and down goes Rosen. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. 3rd and long here for Rosen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there.
From the 41, Locke sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
52, come on.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
Here's Locke to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
6-6, pull it high. But it's 4th down.
They're going to run. This is Gordon. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
And the Broncos 1st down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Lock now on 1st down. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Gordon. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Gordon. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Rosen to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Grant. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 down at the 39. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now it's Rosen. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rosen on the right side, open is Gesicki. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. It's complete to Grant. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Hey, exit. Gives it 15. Check Mike 15. Army. Let's go Mike 15.
Rosen to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Grant. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Let's go, defense. All right, here we go.
Tonight, 180. Mike 50.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Check.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Throwing on third and long. Block. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Kyle Van Noy has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Returnable for Grant. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen, and that's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On
3rd down, Rosen. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Grant. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hug. Back. Pilot, 64, weak.
Now Cook, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Well, from my vantage point, that's just one bad play by the offensive line and a running back who's had a lot of good ones tonight.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be ticked off, nor is the offensive line, because to me it's a lot like a no-hitter, right? Pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, gives up a hit late. You're so close to accomplishing everything you want and don't quite get it done. They'll come back with a vengeance on the next play. Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the...
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Gesicki with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon, 77 yards. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 2nd and 15 now. Rosen looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Rosen now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And now it's Rosen looking. And this is Parker, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Oh, Rosen is stripped to the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jakeem Grant, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Sanders on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Back now in Miami. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Lock to throw on 2nd down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Locke. And Allen's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Locke. Going deep here for Allen. This is caught inside the 15. A huge play there for Denver. 45 yards. Now Gordon on 1st down. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
To throw it is Locke. And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Locke going to go on 4th down. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. So they've converted their first 2 4th down attempts, not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can log in for that 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he will have the 1st down as he's up to his 17-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. To throw is Rosen. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
In the face. Here we go, here we go. Monday. Alert.
Middle.
Back to the ground, Cook. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
We want it. Come to my work.
They go play action. It's Rosen. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
Oh, Rosen's going to throw it. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
Tight dog. Alert. SOS.
61, matchbox lights.
Alert 3. Hey, quarter.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
A 59-yard attempt.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge.
And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos get a bit closer. McManus's point after is good, and that will shave one more off this lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending